All right. Welcome, guys. This is part two of the previous video. So you are trying to talk about the platformer here. So what we ought to do from the previous video, because we have not launched the modules online like I3M and the editor itself. So basically, what we can do, we can just be able to add the path. So this path is going to be able to fetch, because the platformer game, for the demo purposes, we are running it inside our engine code base because we have not deployed. So we are depending on the modules that are here locally. So we'll just be able to add everything. This one is the editor. Remove that one there. So now it's supposed to be able to work. Now the command that we ought to run the other time is, after initializing, is now the editor one. So we're going just to say cargo run flag package, and then we're talking about the editor itself, because this is the editor. Then we're talking about the release. Okay, so after hitting that, now it's supposed to be working perfectly. And give it a time. So what it's doing is now taking the editor, the original editor, and the engine ecosystem, is now bundling it to make it smaller, to be able to fit within the means of the game itself. So remember, it is a 2D, two-dimensional game, so it's going to work within that capacity. So I'm just going to talk about the initialization of the game. So as we are waiting to see what is going to pan out, what we are going to do is going to replace this data with something else. So we are going to use this data here. So what you're seeing here, this data comes with all the modules already there. So for the character adventure, we're going to see a lot of things. Talking about the objects, we have all the objects that we need for the platformer game. For the tiles, these are everything, like creating those levels, because the platformer game, whereby the character jumps from one platform to another till they complete the level. So that's what we're trying to create. So all of these are the scenes that are created. So you're leveraging that. So after initializing the game, so let us continue. So the platformer. So when you come to the code base itself, let me just open it in the code base. So this one is ongoing. Okay, well, so there are a couple of things that we need to handle here when we're talking about this. So assuming that we have all the scenes, we have everything, you have just saved the scene, I've just shown you how. So we are going to proceed to see how we can be able to code everything. Remember, we are using everything that is within the I3M engine ecosystem. So this is what you're going to see. As you can see, after initializing the game, we have you can use the GUI, the plugin, the scenes that I've just shown you. So let me just change it to GS for now. Okay, so all of these we are going to start creating to create the game now. So as you can see, if you're talking about the engine core, we are talking about it coming with the visitor, we have the prelude and everything. Talking about the event, the messaging, the user interface for messaging, you're talking about the plugin registration, talking about the scene itself. So we're talking about a lot of things. So let us proceed. So we need the script for the player. So how can we be able to generate the script for the player? So there's a way whereby we can be able to generate the script for the player. I'm just going to show you how in a brief. So this script for the player, let me just show you how. So I am assuming this one is almost done. So as it continues, so I've made modification for the I3M CLI. It can now work as long as it is working within the platform or within the code base. It is going to work independently without the cargo run binary. So we are going to say script. We are going to say name. Then we are going to call it player. I'm not going to dive deeper into the game creation. So what is going to happen is going to create an extra folder, an extra file inside the SRC game folder for us to be able to see. So the script player was successfully added. Remember the script that I told you that we can be able to add a script like a template code base to perform something that we want. So this is a module tree. So when you come here, then we say game SRC, we are going to see we have an extra file here. When we zoom in that file, this is the file that has just been added right now. That is the file that has just been added together with everything that we need for the template. Just go back. Almost done here. So after adding that script for the player, then getting that struct file, what you're going to see, instead of working with this thing outside the file, we can work with the player outside, but then bring it, call it inside our folder, inside our file, the main file. So let me just go there. So as you can see here, we can be able to import another plugin. So basically all of this, we need them gone. So let me just bring the files that so let me see, we need the core, the event. These ones can remain. Yeah, these ones can remain. So let me just eradicate everything here in this folder, in this file. Then come here and say use I3M. Use I3M. So this is Rust programming. Then we are going to say, okay, now that we're using I3M, might as well just import everything that we need here. We just have the existing code base right there. Then we have to close this one. Then of course there's that one thing that we always supposed to add. Are we almost done here? Yeah, we are almost done here. Oh yeah. So this one cannot launch because we have been affecting this file. So as long as you are affecting that file, it's not going to be able to launch. You see, you are affecting that file. So it's not going to work. So let me just cancel. But what this one ought to do is launch an editor. But like I said, we already have the scenes created. So we just need to continue. So because it is Rust, so we have to indicate that, okay, hello, that we are calling the pub. Like that. Of course we have to close it. Okay, now from here we are going, because we are working with a platformer, so it's sort of an automated process. So we are going to sort of create a bot, but this is just initialization to show you that, okay, As you can see here, this is I3M. I3M that we imported right here, as you can see. So I3M comes with everything that we need from the workspace. So it is going to enable us to build the project from ground up. So, sorry, this one is supposed to be a parent or a method of sorts. Now, for the script player, now what next? So having this, this is just a typical skeleton for the game. As you can see, this is just a typical. After bringing it, this is what you're going to see. So having a public struct and everything, this is just fine. So this is just skeleton, just waiting for you to put something. So we are going to be able to add things later on as we progress. So so before we can use this script in our editor, we must tell the engine that our script is already existing. We already have the script. So don't worry about getting the script, you already have the script. So that's what you're going to tell the engine editor. So hold on. Yeah, so now for us to tell the engine editor, we need now to define a file here. Hold on. Trying to reset something here. Yeah, so we need to define an anchor register. Yeah, already set. Okay, so I had a glitch there. So we need to tell, okay, we have something that we need to bring here. So might as well first define it. So this one is the end of our import. So what we need to bring else again here is, let us first define a struct for the game. So we're going to say pub. We're going to say struct, game. Then we're going to open and going to say, so 0 implementation. So we are handling two things, the player and the scene. So we are going to start with the scene. So for this scene, it's going to use the handle from the pool that we had there. Then it's going to bring the entire scene with us, to be with us like that. Then because we are handling two things, we are going to say, okay, we already have a player. So we have two things. We have the scenes created and we have the player script defined or generated. So sorry, so we are going to say player. Then we are going to say from the handle pool, what we are bringing here is a node. So this node for the player is going to be able to be an anchor for our player field. So let's say we are bringing node. Then you are supposed to, of course, close this one. Okay, now the next thing that we are supposed to handle here is now tell the engine editor, okay, we have two things. We have the scene and we have the player. So this one is the player, not the plater. Sorry. Okay, so of course the implementation. So we are supposed to define the plugin that you're bringing in. So plugin for game. Then this plugin for game, you're going to say, let me just bring in an existing code base, existing function. So this function is going to tell. So this function fundamentally, so the implementation is supposed to close. Something is wrong. Yeah, we have not closed this one. So so what you're saying here, we're saying, okay, this plugin for registration, the context, we are saying here, okay, first we have the script construction for the player already. It's there already. So we have defined a variable to hold that context. Then we are going now to say script constructor dot add. We are going to say dot add let us add the bot. So we are going to see later on in other videos what this bot is going to help us with. So this bot, we are going to bring it. So first of all, if you are bringing this bot, you might as well define it. You see? So we might as well define it. So we might come here and say use. So use bot. Okay, we might bring the mod. We might import two modules here. One module is for bot and another module is for residues. But now, for now, let us just work with the bot. So bot. Then you're going to say down here. Okay, we have imported the bot, so let us use it as a crate. So this crate is going to be bot. Like that. Okay, yeah, we don't have the bot yet, but we are going to bring the bot. So for now, let us just define it. So as you can see here, the error that you're getting is that unsolved module can't find the module. So we need to create this module here called bot.rs, so that we can be able to suffice that error to be able to go away. Let's see again. Yeah, it is gone. Okay, so this one has to be closed, of course. This one has to be closed. We have to close things before. So that's the function number one. So function number two, let us bring other functions here. Then I'm going to explain. Okay, so we have all the functions here existing. So this one registers the plugin, this one initializes the plugin, this one loads the scene that we have, and then this one updates every time we are making changes in our scene, and then saving it again is going to completely re-updating each and every time. So this one is the implementation for the plugin for the game. Then we define the struct for the player. So let us bring it. We define, so we can say mod player. Then we can come and say here use create. So this is when you have, it's healthy to code outside. So player, close that one. So this is because we already have a script trait here already defined. This one is empty, but we're working with this one. So we have a player instead of now coming again and bringing this. So because we have defined that one, let us re-update everything about this thing. So this one is an empty one, so let us re-update everything. We already have the type UID, so everything down, we are going to remove it, then redefine afresh. But moment, so we need the public struct. Let me see. Yeah, so we need it, but the essence of putting it as public is going to help us to access it outside. So it's going to help us with the immutability issues. So first of all, let us do a sprite. So sprite in this case is going to, you're going to see it later what it means in details. Because when you're dealing with the scene editing and so on, you normally use sprite. But now sprite is normally in 2D. That's what we have for now, sprite in 2D. So this one is going to handle node. So it's a node by itself. Sprite. Is it correctly defined? Okay. How about we just do struct and see? So we're being told here we are supposed to use the scene. Oh, right. So we are supposed to use the scene and about here. Okay. So platformer player. So whatever we brought here, let me just come here. Whatever we talked about here. So first of all, just comment that one. We are going to come back later to see how it's going to help us. So this one is not supposed to be platformer. Is it platformer player? Yeah, because we have defined, we just defined the platformer, so it's a declared crate. How is it a declared crate and yet? Yeah. So let's see how you can able to edit that. Now, the problem about using the extern. So the dependency here, so you can see platformer, we're using that one, so you can come here and declare ours, say platformer. But now we have the problem with the path. So we are using the current one. So you can come here and say, so for the path, you can come here and say, we are using the current one. I don't know if it's going to work. So we might as well just use workspace 2 because when the game was initialized, the workspace, it was among the workspace members, so we might as well just use it. So let us accept this one. So this one is being declared as an external code base, but now we have an issue. So unresolved. So what version is this that we're dealing with? Okay, so this is version 0.1. Okay. So then we don't need this one because we already have the package name itself. Okay, so you know what? We are going to just remove it, close it. And instead of declaring it outside, we are just going to copy everything here. So let me just copy everything here and just attach it. Just attach it below. So we don't need this one then, and as well we don't need this one. And yeah. So just below here, instead of declaring it outside, we can just declare it. You see the error is gone. That was there. But now we have an issue with the player. We have an issue, but it's going to be resolved soon or later. So because I already wrote the code, so for this one you're just going to give instructions here. So move left. So move left, and then this one should be a boolean, and then move right, then jump, and so on. These are just instructions. Okay, when you click this key, this is going to happen. So move right, still boolean. Then you're talking about maybe something like jump. Jump also boolean, true or false. That's what you're talking about. And then we are talking about, so that is a sprite field. We also have movement field. Then we can be able to declare animation field. So animation field, we are talking about two things. Maybe the vector one for the sprite sheet animation, and the one for U32. So let us see. So we're talking about animation. So for animation, let us just import vec. So for vec, so for this vector vec, let's get an array. We can so sprite sheet animation, yeah. Then close that one. Then maybe you can say let us declare another one, current animation. Then for this one, we can be able to say let it be U32. So what we have just done, people, is just implemented the struct for the player. Then from there we can now be able to take each one of them. So if it is the we're talking about animation, if you're talking about a player, the set event for the player, all of them are going to work consistently together, collectively together for that purpose. So what I can do here is, because we all have this one, instead of coding each and everything, I already did a test and wrote a few, so I can just copy and just bring everything here. So it is a bit explained for us to see everything. Yes, we have errors here and there, but they are going to work. Okay. So for the residuals, let us just comment out. Right. Yeah, we also comment out this one. So let us just remove everything. So instead of doing all of that, so what we can do, let me see. So we have this one. So let me first of all edit a few things here. We have not declared the bot yet. We are going to see how the bot is going to work. And also remove that one. Let us just work with the player. Alright. So what next? So the next thing now, after doing all of this, we are going now to initialize just to see if it is going to work. So there's one command that we can be able to run. So that is cargo. We have to execute to be able to see if it's going to work. So cargo run. Let me just remind myself of the command. I don't know if I have it. Yeah, so cargo run package, now executor, cargo run package, executor. So this one is going to talk about executor release. So this one is going to bundle up the entire project, the entire game. Let us see if it's going to work. I'm not so sure if it is going to work because there's a lot of elements that have not been implemented so far. Yeah, there are a lot of elements that have not been implemented, but you're going to see. So let it bundle up everything. It's almost done. So this one maybe we can just remove it. Okay, don't want to interfere with the project itself. So the executor that we're using, it is here. So this one is for packaging it for Windows, Linux, and macOS. As you can see here, we have the three packages: Windows, macOS, and Linux. So that's what we're packaging right now. So this is the function that is executing right now as we speak. Then we have the Android. So if you want to package the entire project as Android, so this is how you can be able to package it. So Android executor. So we created a plugin to connect it. Then it's going to release using the key store. So the key store is going to be generated. So this one is the default one. Then we have those ones that are going to run on web. Those ones that are going to run on web browser. So this is how you can be able to package it. So my game and everything. You see, you have JavaScript here. Then we have CSS. So it's just a minimum version that you're working with. So packages on web browsers, you can package a game, or for PC, you can package a game for so on and so forth. For example, macOS, Linux, and Windows, those are PC games. We can also package for Android, and also we can package for web browsers. So we have 5 platforms that we can be able to do. For now, we cannot be able to do for iOS because there are sort of restrictions that we are trying to work around that. Yes. So, yeah, so we don't have this one, is not supported. So no supported format, so that's the only thing, the error that we have got. But mind you, the game has already launched. And as you can see, we have the interface here. This is the interface. So let us see if we can go to edit and change the change it to I3M. Don't know if you have anything else. Objects, no. Characters, no. Background, no. Characters, adventures, we don't have. So we have for the player. So let us rename it to I3M. And also let us see scene. Okay, so it bundled up. Okay. And yes. Yeah, so this one is supposed to be I3M. So let us do it again. Don't know if it's going to work. But now it's going to take less time as compared to the first time. So still not supported. So the scenes are not able to be loaded because we need to create our own scene. We cannot be able to depend on other scenes that are being created by other platform. So so far the game is not going to show, but at least after bundling up, you're going to see something. So stay tuned for the next episode, whereby you're going to see in advance how we can be able to launch now the game officially and be able to see how the bots and the AI are going to work together. Thank you.